Ryan Perez and Antoine McKnight. Guys, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Well,
really good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty cold.
Yeah, warmer now in the studio.
Yeah, you got the big hoodie on there with Mets colors, but also representing New York Mills too.
Oh yeah, same initials as well.
Yeah.
NYM.
Yeah, I think there's the hashtag out there. It's just is it GNYM? I think that's all it is. GN Go New York Mets, right?
Yep.
Oh, you're a Mets fan then, or
Oh
what?
yeah, actually, I started off as a Mets fan, and I started being fans of the Yankees too. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Are you guys both natives of this area or not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm not.
No? So where are you from, Antoine?
I'm originally from the Bronx.
Okay, very good. And you met Ice, who is also from New York City as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. And at UC right now. And Ryan, where are you from originally?
The Holland Patton area.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And you guys are both filmmakers.
Yes,
and
we are.
Absolutely.
Let's make sure we get the name of the movie right, because we're not sure we were pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah.
So which one of you
little-
wants to do the honors there?
I guess I should. It's Everto.
Everto. So a little bit of Hispanic.
a little bit of the accent.
Yes.
Hispanic.
Very close. It's Latin.
Okay. And what's the meaning of that term?
The meaning is to ruin and overthrow, which
Cool.
essentially is what this kind of evil entity presence takes a hold of all the characters.
It's basically a curse.
Yeah, it's like a curse.
Nice. And who came up with the idea? Who wrote the script?
I did with my girlfriend Jackie Miller.
And she's actually starring in the movie as well, right?
Actually,
Not starring, but in it, I guess. Or...
she's she plays a couple of extras.
Okay.
A couple, huh?
Not a speaking role, but
Yeah, not speaking.
When did you make the movie?
It was last year. We shot in we started in June, and we had a little break, and then we picked up in July, and then we had a little break after that because to do like extra pickup shots. So we ended in October. So, but almost pretty much a year ago.
Yeah, so it's been quite a process as you wait to get it released. When's the release date again?
Oh,
It's
that's
tonight.
All right, perfect. So are you guys
7 p.m.
nervous about that or what?
a little
a little more excited than nervous, I'd say.
Yeah, I was
long-
like really excited, and now I'm getting a little nervous.
How long of a process? How long have you guys been working on this?
Well, he and Jackie started writing it back in 2010, was it?
2010.
And then we shot it last summer, and pretty much I've been the only one editing it for the past year, so it's been a lot of work with a full-time job as well.
Wow.
He's been
Yeah.
helping out. He's been doing the music, Antoine, so...
Doing a full-time job as well.
Yeah.
At the Home
Yeah.
Depot.
You work at Home Depot. I think I've seen you there now, come to think of it. You've probably helped my wife Beth and I get some stuff from time to
Yeah,
time.
you look familiar.
Well, she's got really big hair, so if you
I
ever seen a
think
girl
so.
with really big hair, that's my wife Beth. And Ryan, what do you do full-time?
I work at the Hampton Inn of New Hartford.
And we've been there many times too.
Sure, I've
In
seen
fact, my folks are coming for Thanksgiving. They love staying there, so that's pretty cool
Yeah,
too.
we get sold out easily in the holidays.
I'm fascinated by Anton's voice, something that we always
Yeah.
pick up on.
Yeah,
here.
good voice.
It sounds like you could be in the new Star Wars trailer or something like
I
that.
like another James Earl Jones.
Yes, perfect.
So now, how'd you guys come by? Now, Ryan, you're an editor, a film editor, is that right?
Yeah, I do a lot of different things. I actually went to school at Full Sail University. And
Oh
they-
yeah, up in in Florida, right?
Yeah.
The one in Florida.
Yeah, near Orlando.
Yes.
And they teach you pretty much every different position on a film set, and I realized that I'm into most of those positions, so it's kind of hard for me to hone in on one. So for this film, I'm the cinematographer, editor, and executive producer. I own the company that made it, Dream State Films. We actually showed a film called X's 2 years ago at the same location, the Rome Capitol Theater, and that turned out really well, so we're pretty confident
Yeah.
as well.
So have you guys been working together on other projects? Have you in the past, or have you?
Everto was the first.
Yeah, Verto was the first, and then your
We
short film.
recently, I directed a short film that's going to actually be shown before Everto tonight, and he starred in that. It's
I
a
acted in it.
heavy drama with no dialogue, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but it worked out really well.
No dialogue with a guy like this with a voice like, come on. He's laughing. So, and this was shot. This Everto was shot locally, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us some of the locations that
Yeah,
you guys
it
used?
was between
Beauty
four
House.
houses in Whitesboro, Yorkville, Oriskany, and Sylvan Beach, the Utica Public Library, Utica City Hall, and Holland Patton High School, where I went to high school. And outside in a couple places,
Clark
Proctor Park.
Mills.
Yep, Clark Mills.
Yep.
And maybe without giving it away, a little teaser of what it's about.
Pretty much, it's what it's about is
Horror style film, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like what's called a Gilia, I believe. It's type of style of film, almost like a Dario Argento.
Okay.
And it basically follows this girl who has this like evil entity like pretty much follow her. She doesn't know why. There's no reason, at least that we know. And it's starts terrorizing her friends and her, and she has to figure out how to stop it before it kills her and her friends.
Wow. And now it's opening tonight. Where's it opening?
The Royal Capitol Theater.
Very good. And then beyond that, what happens to the movie? Like
Distribution is the next step.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And what do you face? What are the challenges you face with regard to distributing the movie?
Well, it's not really just about getting distribution, but finding the right company, basically. Reading through the entire contract, making sure they're not screwing you over, and making sure you're getting the best deal out of it. You want to make sure that they're not buying all of your rights. You want to make sure they're not going to be taking most of the profits. So, we think it's a sellable film compared to a lot of the other B-movie, kind of low-budget horror films out there. So.
Yeah, well, look at some of the... did you use some previous successes like Blair Witch Project as inspiration for this kind of thing?
I wouldn't say Blair Witch Project, but more like the original Halloween, like Nightmare on Elm Street.
And Evil Dead, too, because we're kind of taking that note of... going to different towns to see if we can try to show it there. Pretty much Evil Dead did the same thing. It just went to town to town and town, and then eventually got picked up by New Line.
Interesting. Now, do you have some legal representation? You mentioned that you had to sift through some of these contracts and make sure you're not getting screwed over there. Do you have a lawyer or not?
We're going to be looking into one. I think it's a good idea.
We're just looking into knowing how to read. So,
and Dave mentioned some of the challenges. What is it like to try to get this production going after you wrote this with your girlfriend? How's it come to fruition? I know funding can be a challenge.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because we really were kind of left up to our own devices because I had to sell a few things. Ryan had to sell a few things. We had to get some certain lenses. We already had equipment to begin with, but we had to get a little bit more. What we thought was going to be the great difficulty was getting locations.
Yeah.
Because we're not shooting this movie in the woods.
Right.
We were shooting it like a normal suburbia. That's what I wanted. So what I realized was that we pretty much had to just get insurance, like liability insurance. That we went to the mayor's
that was
office.
the budget for locations, basically, because everyone was basically just excited to have a shoot there, whereas in a bigger city, you have to get a permit. You probably have to pay people money because it's more commonplace to have a film shot somewhere.
You have to pay the hot dog vendor to shoot.
We're talking to Ryan Perez and Antoine McKnight. The movie is Everto. It's opening up tonight and has some great local connections as well. This is very exciting. I can't wait to see it myself. And are there other actors in the film from outside this area, or did you use entirely local folks here?
There are a couple. One of them, or two of them, are actually from New York City, and one is from Houston, Texas.
Wow.
And she's actually going to Hamilton College, so she came to the auditions when we held those.
Yeah, we were really lucky to get these people. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of them have very little
easier.
to no experience in acting, and they really blew us away with what they could do. So.
That's great.
Yeah.
A lot of movies have used GoPro technology. I know that movie The Martian starring Matt Damon, they used a lot of GoPro. Do you guys use different types of cameras in this film as well?
No, it's basically just DSLR. Yeah, that's
I don't know what that
stuck
means,
to.
though. What does that mean, DSLR?
It stands for digital single lens reflex, and back in the film camera only days, it was just SLR, and basically just recently you were able to start shooting video with DSLRs. It was just for still photography before, and it's been getting more and more impressive with how little money you have to spend, So we used that with cine lenses, which has sharper glass than what you normally get with DSLRs.
That's where most of our money went to.
Interesting.
Those lenses.
And then shoulder rigs, things for stabilization, tripods, all that.
And a lot of lighting.
But that must be very instrumental in getting your actual story, your point across the way that you actually wrote it.
Oh yeah, it's kind of challenging. We had to go through the whole process of shot list, pretty much coming up with all the shots, where we're going to put the lighting, how the actors are supposed to, get over their lines.
Yeah, making the schedule between all the actors' work schedules and school and everything.
114-minute runtime. What is it like from start to finish when you guys actually shoot? How long? What is the time frame?
It was 26 days.
26 days to shoot it, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that pretty good? Were you guys impressed by that?
Yeah, I was actually, we were shooting for 21 because originally Halloween was shot from 21 days.
But that was just a coincidence.
That was a coincidence.
And Antoine, how'd you end up in this area? You said you're from the Bronx originally.
Yeah, I actually applied for 2 colleges, not being very bright when I was younger.
I know the feeling.
And NYU, I was on this waiting list. But the financial aid was just way too low for that. So the only other place I can go is MV. Mm-hmm. So I started my own film club there. So I stayed up here, and then I met some people up here, and then I wound up staying up here. Yeah. And I realized this was a really easy area to shoot a film because people not only have not really done a lot of filming up here, but they're incredibly supportive because they're like, holy crap, like I like this stuff, and it almost became like a filmmaker's playground, really, you know, and like it was just a lot of fun up here. And the areas honestly are actually pretty beautiful up here.
Yeah,
it's great to hear
for sure. Oh, best of luck with the movie, guys, and come back and visit us and keep us abreast of your efforts to get it distributed on a wider basis.
Yeah,
Rome Capitol Theater tonight, 7 p.m. $10 for general admission. Correct?
That's correct.
Awesome.
Doors open at 6:15.